Oh dear boys and girls. I gotta do something very quick. I gotta eat my jello real quick. Alright. We are gonna talk about what happened to me this summer. And boy, oh boy, it is not good. So tune into this video, grab snacks, whatever you can grab, because this is gonna be a good ass story. Alright, I'm gonna start off where I am right now. I'm currently at my sister's in Michigan. I'm not gonna say where because just personal reasons, just for me and my sister. So how it ended up happening around Christmas? No, not Christmas. Around October to November last year, I got kicked out of college. I wasn't proud of it because as if you guys know, if you follow with my YouTube, I was going in for janitorial and I didn't like the class. So the teachers there saw that I was kind of slacking and not trying my best, so I kind of didn't try my best and I got kicked out because of that. And looking back to it, I wish I would have done my best and at least I would have gotten a career and stuff and I wouldn't have been here. But after that, I got kicked out. My mom and her boyfriend picked me up, and I didn't know where to go, guys. I didn't know where to go. I thought I was gonna be homeless. I was scared as shit, bro. And I'm trying not to lose my breath because I feel like I'm gonna faint. God damn, shit's hard to do. I'm trying to eat my jello so I don't cry or do anything else. Don't ask where I'm at, by the way. You don't want to know. Okay, so what ended up happening is yeah, honestly, I thought I was gonna be homeless because I didn't have nowhere to stay. My mom didn't have a house. She has a van. She travels with her boyfriend, and honestly, if you're a crier, you do not want to see this video. So just click away before I tell you what happens and just everything. You were probably gonna cry in this. I thought I was gonna be homeless, and yes, it is my fault because I got kicked out of my college. But it wasn't something I didn't like. Like if it was YouTube or making videos or like, something with editing videos, yes, I would have gone to college for that and I would have stayed in college. But what ended up happening is we ended up staying in a Culver's drive-through for a little bit. Not the drive-through, but like the parking lot. We ended up staying there for a little bit. We asked my aunt if I could stay over there with her for a little bit, and she ended up taking me in, and that's where it kind of went a little bit uphill. I had a house. I was, staying somewhere that was warm. From there, they gave me the option from either getting a job or going into the army. Now, my mom and my mom's boyfriend was in the army at the current time, and he got me a textbook on how to study for the army so I can get into not the army, the Navy, my bad. I don't know, it kind of went uphill from there because right around Christmas time, that exact same year, I moved to my sister's, and this was when it was my sister and her roommate, and I did not have a job at then. I didn't have a job the whole time I was staying at my sister's. I was kind of like slacking off, just staying at home all the time. I was watching TV, anywhere from watching Netflix, TV, all that shit, to not really caring. I didn't give a shit. And then right around when my sister's roommate's boyfriend came along, he ended up having a PlayStation 4 and he was going on winter break, I believe. It was winter, it was Christmas break or some type of break. he said that I could use his PlayStation because the following week I ended up going into his room and we ended up playing games. And so I ended up borrowing his PlayStation 4 to record videos and all that stuff. And the very first video I believe I made was a Call of Duty Black Ops 4 zombies video. And I think it was called Marcellus or Mexican Heat is Back. That was a long time ago. That was, I believe, last year. But what ended up happening is they ended up I really don't want to talk about it, but stuff ended up happening and he took back the PlayStation. And right around there, um, my sister was she was moving her stuff, and I don't know what was happening, but like the landlord was coming, and the landlord couldn't see me here because it's my sister's house and her roommates. And if the landlord sees another person here that's not them, they will basically kick me out and kick my sister out. So I basically can't be living here, but I'm still living here. And um it's been going good. It's just the only thing that irritates me is like every day I sleep, like I always wonder like where I'm gonna sleep tomorrow or the next day. But what ended up happening is I ended up talking to my cousin and saying, hey, my sister is gonna need her house back because I can't be living here anymore. And the next day, my sister or my cousin, my cousin ended up texting me. He's like, "Hey, you can come over here for the weekend. We can figure stuff out, and just bring stuff, like clothes and like just stuff that you're gonna need." So I brought a couple movies. I brought deodorant, shampoo, all that stuff, a little bit of food, and I just packed my bags and went to my cousin's house. My aunt was there, all my cousins were there, and everything went well. We ended up watching movies and stuff, and then like I think it was like the very next 2 days, gone by, and my cousin's like, "Yo, so I think your aunt, my cousin's mom at the time, she ended up saying I could stay with him." And that was pretty exciting because that's actually a house I can live in and support myself in. So the next thing, notice one of my favorite cousins, um, his name's Joey. He ended up coming from McAllen, Texas, because that's where me and my cousins had our childhood at. And what ended up happening is he came over here from McAllen, Texas, to here, Holland, Michigan, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And we had like so many fun memories. Like we'd go play basketball, and like even some days, like I remember we'd go swimming at the pool, and I'd remember that they couldn't go swimming as much because they had tattoos, and like tattoos get messed up when you go into water. But anyways, next thing you notice, we would always do like competition. It was always competition between all three of us. It was my older cousin, um, it was Joey, and then it was me. So we would have fun. We would do like cool stuff. We'd go to movies and stuff. And then like the hardest thing doing was like I ended up getting a job where my cousin worked at. He worked at um what was it called again? I'm trying to think real quick. Oh yeah, it was called FX, or not FX. What was it called? Magnum Mirrors, and we made mirrors for like cars and stuff. And I ended up getting fired from there, and I guess my cousins weren't having jobs, so my aunt kicked them out. And I said, they're my cousins too, so I have to leave. My cousin ended up going back to Texas. He didn't want to stay here. Um, Me and my other cousin got kicked out, so we went into his girlfriend's car. And this is where it went downhill because I did not like this at all. Like, I wish I could have told my aunt I was sorry. And if she's seeing this right now, she probably is going to be sorry. Because worse things to come, I ended up kind of forgetting this part out. But right into the middle where my cousins um, were there. I we ended up going to the mall, and we were just like hanging out and doing stuff, and I had like at least, I think, $60 for my cousins, because we were gonna go to like the movies, and like, we're gonna just do stuff. And I think it was $60. I think it was 60 or like 20 or somewhere around there. But I ended up having money, and it went missing, and I asked my cousin, I'm like, do you know what happened to them? And I even went as far as accusing them of it, and I just didn't feel comfortable about it. So I ended up texting one of my aunts and one of my cousins, and I ended up going to my aunts. Shout out to Jael if you're watching this. Um, where it went from there, I went to their house. I ended up staying for a couple weeks until my other aunt got back from Texas, because my grandma ended up falling, and yeah, that's just where it went downhill. And yeah, yeah, honestly, it did suck, because right after that we got kicked out. Um, as you guys can tell, my cousin moved back in with my grandma in Texas, and right after that, it just honestly did suck, because we ended up living in a car. We were literally homeless. We were literally homeless because um, we went. What our plan was we were gonna get hotels. We were gonna get a job and get hotels like every single week until we had enough money for a house. And that wasn't working out, because we couldn't. We were getting jobs. We were getting jobs, but it was gonna like take a couple of days or something, because like just bullshit, just reasons. And so we were trying to like sell anything that we didn't need, like if it were PlayStation 3 games to jewelry to like just anything. And we didn't have enough money, and I knew this was my fault, because I didn't keep my job or anything. But like, um next thing that I know, I'm in a car with my cousin. The tire pops. His girlfriend ends up leaving us with her car, because it was her car. We ended up having to fix it. We stayed at a McDonald's parking lot for like 4 or 3 days. Ended up trying to fix it. We ended up finally getting a jack, fixing the car tire, driving all the way to her house, and then her saying we can't stay over there. Like, how the fuck are you gonna say that when we fix your car tire out in the pouring fucking rain, when we're cold and hungry, and you just say, oh, you can't stay here, but we fix your fucking car, and you don't even say thank you or anything like that? Like, that's pretty fucking mean, and I'm not trying to like cause drama or anything. I'm just saying what I want to get off my chest. And it just fucking sucks, because we were outside. We were in a car, which is technically homeless. We didn't have no home. We didn't have no food. We were doing anything from selling what we don't need. My cousin had a job at the time. He was putting money on the table so we could get at least food and like drinks and stuff in our stomachs. But like, we didn't have a shower or anything. And at the desperate time, I called my mom, and she's like, okay, you can come with us. And I went with my mom. From there, we ended up having an idea for me leaving the state to go with them to go travel, and that didn't ended up happening, because they said, you should stay here, give it another try with my cousin. I ended up giving it a try. I didn't like it, so I ended up coming back, and yeah, next thing you know, I ended up staying with my mom in another car, which was technically homeless, but at least I had a car. My mom had food at the time. They both had jobs. I had a job at the current time, so we were both having jobs. We were both eating food, so it was a win-win for everyone. And the next thing you know, I got fired from my job because I didn't like it, and then I got to my sister's, where I'm currently living right now. I'm trying to get a job right now. I'm actually trying to get a job. So I mean, that's more to say than what I did the last at my sister's, when I was last over here. Because last time I wasn't giving a crap about getting a job. I did not want to get a job. All I wanted to do was eat her food, play video games, watch TV, and that's it. And just go to sleep. Right now, I'm reading my email every day to see if I get a reply back for my job. If I don't, I'm gonna go to another job, go put in another application, and then hopefully I can get that job. So at least I can get my sister. help around here. But to answer your question, where I'm gonna live in the future, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't have a clue to near this clue where I'm gonna live. The plans are to hopefully live with the family member, but like I'm running out of options. I burned my bridges with my mom and dad. I burned my bridges with my aunt, and I'm coming to realize that I shouldn't have done that. I feel bad for doing what I've done, and I just realized that it wasn't good for me, to do all that. And I'm just honestly am sorry. And I hope you guys can forgive me if you are watching this video. And I'm not trying to make anyone cry or anything, but yeah, it honestly just does suck. And I'm just looking at the good in life. Like, I'm doing YouTube. I am actually trying, and I'm looking forward to Christmas and what's coming in the future. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.